Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. So this is actually going to be a custom between Bandai and some actual third-party parts. In this video, I hope to kind of like bring awareness to like how it is to just kind of use attachment parts and to just kind of further a build and make it into something bigger and better than it can be. So as we know from my testament up there, you know, we used a Dragon Momoko testament and then we used a Dylan Shadow Cloak. So if you're wondering what's the R3 set, well, there's a certain metal build 𝕬𝕦 that's called the Repair 3 𝕬𝕦, and it's essentially the Repair 3 version of what 𝕬𝕦 would be, and I think it was maybe in the manga because we have the Repair 3 Exia, right? And I'll go ahead and show both of those up here. But this is essentially like a third-party pack that you can use for 𝕬𝕦, and you can order it in multiple different colors. So upon opening it, this is just kind of what you see. This is kind of a better look into the box. The box just pretty much has the same logo of this, literally on this side, and on the front, and on the back there's some different writing, and on the other side it just shows the other parts and everything, the other color options. So you also get this pretty cool decal set here, which is pretty fire. It's called the R3C set. It looks pretty dope. I kind of dig it. Definitely has some English there, so it's not like it's going to be only in, you know, Japanese or some other language. Damn, this manual is stuck. It does look like it's a lot of stuff. Please don't let this be, you know, don't let this throw you off. This is actually a lot more easier said than done, because you have to realize you're repeat building here. You are repeat building a lot of stuff. As you can see, this is just kind of everything you get in the box. It is quite a lot of stuff, very repetitive, so you're perfectly fine there. Let's go ahead and get it all out. Kind of crazy, but this is actually everything that you get. These are the base bottom platforms of the GN shields that you get, which are really badass. I like how they look. They kind of have a little bit of a gloss and it's like a metallic reflection to it. Here you have the front plates are for your cannons, for the initial inner frame of the cannon. And I think I may go ahead and just get started on this today, as a matter of fact. So that's pretty dope. And then you have kind of like some already kind of blackened pieces here. I think I'm just gonna give this like a matte coating because I really like this color already. I mean, I'm gonna clean it up, wash these pieces, and then we'll give it a matte coating. Some more white parts and some more blue parts. I ain't even gonna front with you, Chief. I don't know what these go for, but if I had to say, I think these are back attachments in some way. And then you have some more parts over here. These look like it's more parts of the shields, and then also more parts of the back shields that you get. Also, you've got some more parts over here, just some more smaller miscellaneous pieces. So yeah, all in all, I think you get, look, let's do a count real quick. Well, god dang it, Jimmy, there's close to 39, almost 40 goddamn runners in this kit. Yeehaw! This is the Bandai Master Grade Exia that I'm gonna be using. We all know this Exia, we all love this Exia. So the only customizations that I've actually done to this so far is I took a silver marker and I went ahead and kind of like went around the edges of my blades. As you can see, they kind of have that silver reflective tint to it. I don't think I got this blade, so that's why you don't really see it. But if you look over here, you can definitely see it. See, no shine, it's all dull. And then you got this cool, sick reflective coat to it. So that's pretty cool. Very ballsy of me to put this on my mat. But yeah, I've got some basic cobalt blue that I'm gonna be going over Mr. Hobby 80, and then we have some Tamiya X6 orange, some basic orange, actually mixed with a little bit of SMS orange too. And then we have some premium top coat for later. We have some metallic GX blood red, and then my own combo. See how it's kind of gray? That's the best part. The gray adds for a lighter tone of black, and then I've had like a matte combination in here, so you get this really sick shadow kind of black here, but it comes out with like a matte kind of coating to it. So I definitely think I have a future in making my own paints. Just got to learn that more, and then learn the safety and regulations to that, and shit, maybe I'll be able to produce my own paints in my own shop. That'd be pretty cool. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and do all the painting. We'll be back with all the parts once they're done, put them together. Yeah. Alright, you guys, I have a majority of everything put together. Pretty much everything is built, everything is as it should be, minus decals. Now you're gonna see some stuff is set apart, but that's because really I've kind of got the Exia ready, so we can go ahead and put some of this stuff on. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is, I think, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to take this apart and put it together. So here's our Exia that we went ahead and built the other day, right? So
The only thing that I've really done to it right now is remove the GN drive, because the backpack, aka the Dynamax version, is what's going to go in here. So I'm going to leave that out and just kind of work on that. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the parts. So first things first, let's go ahead and talk about the first weapon. This is the GN bazooka. It's pretty dope. I actually like it because of the whole part separation, and supposedly stuff comes out over here. You do have these two little handles that come out from the back of the rifle, which is pretty dope. If you want to, you can close it and just kind of have them extended. I think that's pretty cool. It definitely gives it a good little appearance, and it gives it more to the eye, so that's pretty badass. I mean, I've done a little bit of detailing, but not to where I want to, you know, have it. I think you should just be able to slide them back in. So the GN bazooka comes with 2, 3, maybe 4mm pegs here, so these will be able to be held onto the side by the GN backpack thruster unit, so we'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, that is our first weapon. I really dig it. It's got this movable handle up here, so this was pretty cool. It actually took me a good 2 hours, I shit you not, 2 hours to build these two. All right, so going into the next weapon, it's not really even a weapon, but let's go ahead and talk about the shields. So you get 4 of these GN shields, and essentially they are a little bit bigger than your average GN shield, and that's because they have a little bit more to them. So whenever you take it apart and you just kind of look at it, you can actually open it, and it has these inside thruster units here, which I think is pretty badass. Looks really dope. Not to mention the metallic that they kept to the gold also looks really clean. All right, so talking about the backpack a little bit more, there's actually 2 parts that you get. Truth be told, how I should have did this is I should have put this little blue connection piece that you see here on the back of the Exia, and it would have had 2 prongs that extended, and essentially that's what the holes of the GN extender shield pieces here would go into, right? Or you can choose to do what, this is actually the Dynamax route, but I managed to make it fit. And essentially it comes with this cool little backpack, your GN drive, almost kind of like a GN storage. And then essentially this just kind of goes into the back. But it does leave you, and here's where I got confused. It does leave you with 2 more of those like 4mm pegs. And it turns out that the peg that I put in that other shield, actually, I guess whenever I took it out, it must have got stuck in here. So it's already there, and that's perfectly fine. Looks pretty dope. We're definitely gonna be doing some detailing to this, so you can move it up and down, you can move it forward and back however you want to. It does have some pretty cool movement to it, so I think it's pretty rad, honestly. This is probably the cleanest GN drive that I've ever done to date. So these little pieces right here are actually going to be your new front skirts, right? These little pieces right here are essentially going to replace what's on the front of the Exia with these little pegs. So what do I mean by that is you're gonna take this part out, and essentially these are going to be replaced into there. So I definitely like how that looks. We're gonna go ahead, we're just kind of showcasing the Exia, showcasing what everything is, because of course I'm gonna put everything on there and I'm gonna leave it. So I mean, you're gonna see what it looks like. And then you have your back GN thrusters, which are really badass. You do have a little bit of mobility to these. I think it's pretty cool how they designed it, because they gave you multiple backpacks in case you want to use it for the Estrella, the Type F, the Dynamax, or the Exia. So lots of options there. Also, you get 2 more little arm extension pieces here, so if you want to, supposedly this is where we'd be able to put the little GN cannons. God, if I can get it in there. Jesus, help me now. But yeah, supposedly, and that's been the biggest issue I've had with this entire kit this whole time, is the goddamn fitting. So yeah, essentially this is what it would look like if we could get them in there. This is the first that I've actually made this combination. And now it shows you could do this in the manual, and I had planned to, but damn, this looks really cool. It feels pretty heavy too, not even gonna lie. This kit's gonna be extremely dope. So yeah, these are gonna be your back thrusters. Essentially, it does come with these cool, they were yellow at a time, but I went ahead and painted them orange. A lot of this stuff was actually a different color. It was a lighter blue and a more matte kind of white. So I went ahead and painted everything, essentially, as you can tell, to just kind of match the overall Exia. I also just officially finished putting all the decals that I can for this. I actually used up all the decal sheets on this damn, I don't have them anymore because I threw them out. I used every single decal to the point that I literally only had about 5 to 7 left. And in this came with like a sheet of 50 to maybe 60, including very tiny miscellaneous warning, cautions, celestial being, all these other stickers. So super pumped that I was able to use those and kind of maximize them, versus with the Exia, I definitely didn't use a lot of its stickers because I don't like too much of the blue on the white. I like the white on the blue because it's definitely a lot more visible. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that I have, starting with the thruster pack. First up on the list, like I said, this is going to be our thruster pack. This is essentially what's going to go onto the back of the Exia. There's 2 3mm pegs that come out of the back of the Exia. Now we've already talked about that. Those 2 are what are, you know, pretty much what's going to hold that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Originally, I think these are definitely from the from Virtue. The whole set here, like I said, this is from the 𝕬𝕦𝕡𝕡𝕡𝕠𝕒. So apparently it would be the 𝕬𝕦 that also gets the GN bazookas, which is pretty rad. You also have these cool little handles that come outward on both sides on both guns. Right, so this is the beauty. This is the god tier robot itself. This is the Exia. I'm not even gonna lie, I tweaked every little bit of the arms and the legs to just kind of give it this brute, I'm ready to throw down kind of appearance, all right? And I'm so damn happy because this is the first damn Exia I've literally built. I built a real grade, 2 high grades, a clear, and an 𝕬𝕬𝕡𝕡𝕡𝕡, and the repair 3. All right, I built all those damn Exias, and only on the real grade was I ever able to get the blade to come out and actually stay up. But this time I was able to get the shield in there, get it held in the palm, which if you've ever built an Exia, you know is a huge pain in the ass, man. And so I'm damn happy with it, man. The fact that I even got that, that's a fucking win in my book. Excuse my language. But taking a look at it, we have the, I think these are actually the back armor units that you'd see on the 𝕬𝕦𝕡𝕡𝕡, but they're on the front, right? And we've already shown you the back thruster. So speaking of the back, let's go ahead and show that to you. So just gonna twist this. So these are like mini GN shields that are just kind of chilling on the back. And so let's talk about this, right? So part of why I carved one of the pegs in the holes too much was underneath this little area right here. You honestly can't even tell, but there's a flat piece here that's in place by a single peg, and it should be able to rotate. But I found that there's really no point in the rotation because the shields are too bulky and too chunky. Let alone if you're gonna have all, like, you know, all 4 shields, there's no rotating, all right? You're not getting any of that. And from the update earlier, knocking on wood, we finally got the goddamn backpack to stay in place. So really, all this was just kind of the video of like, hey, okay, let's make the damn robot, let's paint the damn robot, let's make the damn robot beautiful, and then let's just finally finish and wrap up. So I'm doing exactly that. So now that I've been able to show you guys all the parts, all the decals, I'm gonna go ahead and make the diorama. And well, there's really no point in the diorama here, but I will do a little speed lapse and I'll show bits and bits of what I'm doing for the diorama. But yeah, I kind of want to put this on like a desert last stand kind of look. But you guys, I really like the fact that you guys are clicking on my videos and showing me so much support. So from me to you, I build this Exia for us. I build this Exia with hopes that a person can get better. May you not be a person that uses decals, extra parts, third-party parts, or even kit bash. I hope you can become that person, all right? I hope you watch a video from us and you get inspired and you want to branch out and make a cooler version of a kit you already love. So thank you so much. Let's put this sucker together. All right, so here you can see I have a little bit of foam, right? Some excess foam lying around. I have even more in one of my little boxes over there. We even have some foam right here. So I have plenty of foam right now, and what I'm planning to do is probably just kind of cut this in half and make it like an extension kind of piece, kind of deal, right? And then place this over one of them and maybe trim this out or some more foam into another rock here. This will be gone So it'll pretty much just be like that, right? I'll probably give it a nice dark brown coating first, not on the mountains and everything. I do have some, what is this, plaster rock? Nice. There's still a little bit of white in there, so I don't know what I'm gonna paint that, but if it's gonna be the desert, it can't be this gray, and it can't be this like dark brown right here. It'd have to be like a lighter brown, almost like a rust. Yeah, like a rustic kind of red or a rustic orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll go ahead and paint it. I've gone ahead and glued one piece to the other. This isn't fully glued on there, so I'm perfectly fine. All right, so this is what I have so far. It's always a bit of a messy situation anytime I bust out the paint. So I have a bunch of plaster and a bunch of foam right here. I did go ahead, I didn't glue the foam yet, but I have officially painted everything. I went ahead and kind of scorched the foam to kind of give it like a cracked earth appeal. It didn't really fully do exactly what I was looking for, so I may try it again, do some more, and then just kind of go over with it one more time, use the rest of this. But essentially I'm gonna let all the rocks and everything dry, so that way what I can go ahead and do is just kind of go back over them with like a little bit of this burnt sienna kind of stuff, but like do a dry brush technique, and maybe even do like a dry brush technique of the khaki, so that way we can get it like to a darker red, dark brown kind of tone, but with like a hint of you know, like fade to it over here. Got the majority of the base completed. I got the glue gun heating up right now, and we're gonna go ahead and glue this, and this rock into place. And to be honest, we should be done from there. I actually like it. I was right about the whole sand to darkness, because I mean, this tone, and you gotta understand, I did go over with a dry brush of the khaki paint to kind of make it lighter, as opposed to that dark red that it actually was. So that's initially what the whole base looked like. So I really do think that once I threw some of the light and some of the dark sand over, it definitely added well. I don't know what the hell's going on over here with this little part, but to be frank, all I did for the sand was just get a bunch of Mod Podge. I put it in my little I don't know, paint palette thing, and I just kind of glued in areas. I didn't glue the whole entirety because you need to go at a pace. So like I glued this much, and then I sprinkled the sand, then I did the rest of it, sprinkled the sand, and then I went over with my finger to press the sand, but also just to kind of like give it a nice, I don't know, a nice grip to the actual foam diorama thing. I can't think right now. And I gotta say, I love it. I really, really do like it. It's just a matter of being able to figure out where the hell I'm gonna put these little guys over here, because naturally they look really badass, but I also need them to stand out in the best way possible to kind of showcase Exia. Alright guys, so this is the final product. This is a nice little 360 view. I thought I'd showcase it now that everything's actually dried. I don't have any little white blotches from the glue, so it's definitely looking really, really badass. Everything was just not wanting to stay. It couldn't hold a pose. It was either leaning or tilting or something. And the fact that I was able to make all these nice alterations, find the perfect fixed balance, and even still find out how to utilize the extras, which obviously I'm not going to use for anything else. But I didn't just use another white coating over it. It's called a prism white. Now it essentially has like this kind of green kind of crystal glint to it, and it reflects definitely and generously with the kit. It's shown all throughout, so I'm not too sure if the pictures and the videos don't do it justice, but if you look at this thing, it doesn't even matter where you're looking at it from. If you're looking at this thing carefully, you'll actually be able to see kind of a little bit of a glare of that white light, and it's awesome. Also, I somehow kind of got like this like matte kind of effect to it, and I'm not gonna lie, Chief, I had some gloss on hand. I made some gloss, I was ready, but nah, man, this came out perfect. I used about 90% of the decals that came with the excessive set. I used about 50, maybe 60% of the decals for the Exia. So this is all the runners in the background. I'll tally them all up. I'm definitely sure it's above 25 or 30 for sure, but overall, this is really awesome. Now, the thing about my dioramas and my videos is that I just hope that I sparked the light of idea for somebody to want to do something like this, or maybe even find a nice little project to get one of your old kits and even kit bash it. You know, thanks to me doing a kit bash with the amazing Exia, I was able to find another arm for my red Exia, for my Trans Am Exia over here. So someday I'll be able to do some kind of cool diorama with that. But I gotta be honest, you guys want to know a secret? Like, you guys want to know what really made me just kind of jump from building Gundams and like painting them to wanting to venture and kind of going hard with the dioramas? You're never gonna believe it. What really got me interested in this was I started paying attention to Gundam boxes. I started paying attention to their backgrounds, you know? And between seeing that and wanting to just kind of replicate that, I joined this group called Model Trains, I think that's what it's called, Model Trains and Railroads. And I saw these people putting the love and dedication into a big diorama. Like, this is probably 3% of what a train builder would do. This diorama is maybe 2%, to be honest. They do so much more stuff that takes like years of projects. Some of these people, they take months. This took me maybe like a week, honestly. All of this, the diorama, I literally painted last night and then glued and did everything and just kind of dry brushed everything today, and boom. You know, with dedication, I'm pretty sure I could do something a lot more cooler, but for now, it's like I gotta initiate these ideas that I have in my head, right? It's all these people that I'm looking at, all their posts and just their hard work that's just making me, well, it makes me want to go beyond. It really makes me want to be like my own Meijin Kawaguchi of Gunpla building for the US. You know, maybe there's other people. Well, no, I know that there's other people for a fact. I know that there's people that are definitely, you know, better at this than me. And the only reason I know that is because I've entered in certain competitions, right? And these competitions, they have allowed me to kind of compare my artwork to what other people have made, right? They've allowed me to just kind of analyze, and I've never been critiqued, right? If I could be completely honest, I think the only critique that ever gets done with my builds and my after products is myself. You know, I look at my A, B, and C pictures and I look at other people's pictures, and then sometimes I look at the original pictures that I use for reference, and I think, would the person who built this that inspired me, would they be proud of this? Would they, you know, I don't even post my Gundam stuff in the Railroad group because I'm just trying to keep it to Gundam, but it does absolutely dawn on me that, you know, what would these people say who do simple tricks for, you know, trains and stuff? What would they say once they figured out they've inspired me this greatly? You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't even know what I would say if some of you started showing me your work. I've got so many of you actually telling me, like, dude, you do such a great job. Like, this build inspired me to want to do this, or like, holy shit, like you're doing great. People are actually asking if there's gonna be YouTube videos on certain posts that I make. Like this one, somebody was like, dude, tell me you're making a YouTube video on it. I said, yeah, dude, it'll be up pretty soon. And that right there, that made me so happy. That made me really, really stoked, because it's like people are looking forward to this. You know, the views are coming in. I'm still not getting paid for YouTube, but I'm getting paid in respect and just acknowledgement from you guys. And to be honest, that shit is rad. You know, when I own my store someday, there's gonna be a certain area and section of Decals that I specifically want to showcase other builders' builds, whether it be beginner, novice, advanced, intermediate. It doesn't matter. I want to showcase the variety of all kinds of builders. The real reason of why I got into Gunpla, you guys, I actually lost my grandmother about 2 years ago. Rest in peace. She was a badass woman. She was really, really kind, very, very dope. And so when she passed, it was just crazy because she brought so many people together. I drove down from where I was living to my hometown to be there for the funeral. And so, you know, coming back, I was just kind of like, my reality was just like damaged. It was just hit, because it was like, hey, you can lose the ones you love, man. Don't waste any time. And so, speaking of time, I was like, man, all I do is just play video games and go to work and sleep. And I want to do something cool. And so some friends told me about some hobbies I could look into, and I went to Hobby Lobby. I totally forgot what I went to Hobby Lobby for that day. Oh, no, it's because I knew they did the 40% off the model kits, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy me a Gundam. And so I did. I absolutely did. I bought a simple high grade RX-78, and I built it. I loved it. I was so happy and pleased with the experience and just the overall, the overall joy. I wanted to keep riding that. I wanted to keep riding that high and that happiness. And here I am somehow 2 years later, still managing to fucking do that. Short, my dudes. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing and just showing support and everything. With or without you, I still would have been doing this. I still would have been building. But with you, I don't think that drive would have kept. It would not have stayed constant. I've wavered in a lot of the things that I do, but I haven't wavered a single bit in getting closer to making my store a reality. Right? I start school next year. I'm building up the fan base now. I just keep looking at this build because it's so goddamn sick, and it's still spinning. But anyways, I am still doing what I plan to. Okay, I'm gonna make do on my promise, so I can manifest and bring an actual environment to life to be able to give other people safe space, give them the tools, give them the know-how, give them the stock. First of all, god damn it, let's get some backlogs out there. I definitely will create this environment for us. I want to make a place to where everybody can come build, learn, grow, and just kind of gain the knowledge and share knowledge and stuff. And we're gonna have one hell of a shop. We're gonna have a lot of dope selections. We'll even do a trade-in, buy-in kind of system, you know. And so for that, I do this. I do what I can. And I really appreciate everybody's support. So thank you guys very much for just everything, man. Y'all have an awesome rest of your day. Please like and subscribe. We're really close to 1,000. My God. When we started this year, we were at 173 or 137. I don't know. I'm kind of dyslexic. And that's only because when I started my YouTube channel, like 2 years ago or whatever, I was just doing silly, random, teenager uploads and stuff. It wasn't even important. It wasn't even focused. Really, it was just cool music and edits and everything. And then I think it was a lightsaber video that I uploaded that initially got me like 50 or 70 subs. So I keep that video. If you go look at my channel, I think you'll see I have a lightsaber review. And I just kind of keep that. And actually, I'm wearing this hoodie. As you guys can tell, I really love this hoodie. Alright, a family member got it for me, and I love it. It was the best birthday present I've ever gotten. You guys only ever see the front, but let me show you the back. That's what I like. Look at that. Blue, black. It's a Puma hoodie. It's absolutely sick. I promise I have other hoodies, but this is just the favorite one. But yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it so I can stop spinning this goddamn Gundam and put it in its final place over there and, well, just finish up my day. But, man, go Gunpla, and we'll definitely see you in the next video, which... Next video shall be...